What's going on, y'all? Back with part 4 of The Informant, Tales from the Trap. So, after Peaches done left, back to regular program, doing my thing, it's off to the races. Um, I had a little hotel room, well, downtown Greensboro back in the day before they had closed it down. There was a hotel called Greensboro Inn, or it might have been Day, Greensboro Inn or Greensboro Day. It was right downtown. Um, but crazy enough, downtown, is of course where the jailhouse is and the courthouse and all of that. Literally right down the street from the courthouse was the hotel, Greensboro Inn or Greensboro Day. Booming. All the fiends was over there. All the prostitutes was over there, and it was like now the police did run in them rooms too, but I mean it was just like I don't know, it was crazy because it was like, bro, you got downtown literally jumping with drug dealing. That's why they done cleaned it all up now. They done swiped all of that up from downtown. Downtown is not even the downtown that I remember when, I was young. They done moved the bus depot. I remember it wasn't even where it was now. Amtrak, all of that. Like, go down there and it's crazy seeing this stuff now. Uh, yeah, like, but yeah, just my bad. I almost started reminiscing. Like I can see this stuff taking place in my head as I'm telling these stories. But yeah. So I had a little spot at the Greensboro Inn, Greensboro Day, whatever it is, and that's why I was doing my thing at. Cause my boy Clyde, my runner, that was right by where he was staying at, and he turned me onto that spot because he was going over there when he didn't feel like, coming all the way over there to Hackett Street or whatever little other room that I was on. And so Clyde come through and, he put me onto that spot. So that's where I'm at. Peaches ended up coming through the spot. Now, probably about a week or so done passed through. Peaches ended up coming to the spot, but she had came with, somebody that had already been coming through, grabbing little stuff from me over there anyway. Hold on real quick. All right, my bad. So, had to get my charger going dead. So, Peaches ended up coming through. She came with somebody that was already coming over there and stuff. So, when I let them in, of course, they the lead because word of mouth with the dope is between the crackheads. I mean, bro, you're gonna deal with somebody that's deal with somebody else, or happen to know somebody because they all travel in little packs. To where if somebody that they with is telling them that they know what's something better than what they already just had, they probably done already smoked. Then they're like, okay, well, I got this amount of money. How much you got? Let's put that together. Let's go get something. So this lady comes and, knock on the door. She come in, Peaches come in right behind her, and she like, oh, hey, Trav, what's going on? So my clucker that I already deal with, she look at me and she like, oh, y'all already know each other. And I'm like, yeah. She was like, damn, so I guess they cut me out. I was trying to get me a founder's fee. I'm like, nah, I'm still look out for you, because you did bring her over here. She ain't never came over here on her own. I'm going to still look out for you. That was just type of deal I was. I was fair. So, they come and get what they get and they push off. Peaches know that she good, so now she comes back by herself, knock on the door. She come in and she was like, "Boy, I ain't know you be over here." She was like, "I knew you was lying to me though. I knew you was I knew you was pumping." I'm like, "What you talking about?" She was like, "Come on now, you can't lie no more. Now you can't even hide it no more." So I'm still, what you talking about? Like, bro, you got on the wire or something? But I was just bullshitting with her, just so I knew that that'll make her lift up her shirt or something like that. So she was like, "Oh, here we go with this bullshit again." So she started taking off her clothes, but that was all part of her game too, because she wanted to, you know, get a little something, do a little something, and finesse my dumb ass into letting her stay, in the room with me for the night, which she did. So she take her clothes off. She started taking her clothes off. She was like, "Yeah, now that I'm already right here like this, what you trying to do?" You know what I was trying to do, and I did what I was trying to do. She definitely taught me into, "Oh, you trying to let me stay tonight?" But now she's like, "Look, you know, give me a little bit something, and I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna go and get the money." She good money though. Like, from the little 3, 4 days that she was already with me prior to, a week later, now she's back. Some of these situations, I know it sounds too good to be true, but bro, I don't know. It was like, that song Future said, "God bless all the trap niggas." And bro, it was like I had a good run, maybe so I could double back in life and start telling these little stories. Cause I see that people want to hear it. It's crazy. It's crazy what you would sit and watch when you bored, or stuff that just come across and strike your interest. And these stories, they're therapeutic for me. I'm starting to like, just sit here kicking it, telling y'all little stories, and just sitting back watching my views and my little subs go up and stuff slowly but surely. It's therapeutic for me. Reliving my past, reminiscing. So, Peaches definitely did burn wheels that night, but she ended up bringing this white dude up there, this older little white dude. And it's crazy because I'll be watching this little show. Um, uh, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, give him a shout out to the Real Right and Uncut. Dude be doing like crackhead interventions, or hold on, what is it? It's a addiction channel. That's what he always say. Yeah, it's an addiction channel. And I'll say about 70% of his TV show hosts or YouTube hosts, I've done dealt with them in person myself. They done, yeah, a lot of them I've definitely done dealt with. But yeah, he's on that show. She ended up bringing this older dude. I ain't gonna say his name because he do be on that little show and stuff. And yeah, I ain't dealt with him in so long. I don't know what type of time he on, so I ain't gonna say his name. But she ended up bringing him up there. And I'm thinking that, automatically I'm thinking, "Oh, this nigga is the police." He was an older dude, but he wasn't as old as he looked now. But, he got the little buzz cut type situation going on, and he just seemed like he's just overplaying the role of a crackhead, because he's just all twitched out and just, "Yeah, man, and hey, yeah, I can get you whatever you need." And he was talking about getting they wasn't zero turns back then, because I don't know if those was out yet or if they was calling them something different, but it was definitely like the stand up John Deere tractor, little mowers and stuff like that, which I should have hopped on this idea, because that could have been a real business venture. Because, bro, them crackheads will bring you all types of amazing little stuff through the spot, like just all behind addiction. So he's telling me like, "Yeah, man, I can get you lawnmowers and weed eaters and blowers with the backpacks." And he just Bobby Brown, just jaw sitting all the way over here, but it's like he's being extra. Cause it's like, bro, you already come to me tweet the fuck out, and you know she's bringing you up here. You got $80, so that means either you already being high, and she done coaxed you to spend her money with her peoples, which is me, and it's all a game. So it do be games that they play that you benefit off of, where if you're curious like me behind the scenes later on, you ask questions and they'll break it down to you, because I want to know both sides of how I'm making this money. So you know I already done, she already done pretty much put me on blast, but ain't no need in, act like I ain't got nothing. He already done got the dope. She already done gave me the money and everything. So, you know, I go to asking questions because now I'm curious of where they about to go to smoke, and, what side of town he be on, or who he know. Which it ain't my business of who you deal with, but I just want to know if you gonna mention the name that I know. So if I fuck with him like that, I'm definitely gonna go ask. Or if I know that they pretty much rock solid out here and they deal with you, I at least feel a little bit more comfortable. So he give me the rundown of who he know, where he be at, and who he deal with and stuff. And he had said two or three names that I knew was good and stuff like that. So I did feel a little bit more comfortable, but they getting ready to push off. So I'm like, hold on, Peaches. And I'm asking like, yo, how you know him? And I'm like, yo, look, I really don't deal with a lot of white people. I deal, most of my clientele, they definitely black. Or if, I know that they good because they already been good in with somebody that I already dealt with. And, it took time for them to even be able to come and deal with me by themselves. So she like, all right, I got you. I won't bring nobody else directly to you. If they trust me, I bring the money to you. If not, I'll just go somewhere else. All money ain't good money. All right, cool. So, Peaches push off, she leave. So I'm sitting in the room, and my cousin, I ain't gonna say his name, but he's sitting over there. Well, he ain't, my blood cousins, but we grew up like cousins. So, still to this day, we call each other cousins. So my cousin over there, he come and hit the door. He's sitting in there, we chilling and shit. And, he's pretty much telling me that they just went and hit a lick. But he ain't telling me that he's involved. He making it seem like his homeboys went and hit a lick and they done came to the room and now the police riding over here. Whole time he had something to do with it too. So he's sitting in the spot. I done rolled up. We done smoked and everything. I had enough time to smoke, all that. He did have a strap on him, because soon as he getting ready to leave, he look out the window. I'm upstairs. He look out the window. He shut the window back and he like, cuz, look, hold this, put this up under the bed. And I'm like, hell nah. Hell nah, cuz. But he like, man, please, bro, look, put this under the bed and I swear I'm going to walk straight out the door. Hell nah, cuz. Hell nah. I love you, but hell nah. He like, damn. So he leaves out the door. Soon as he leave out the door, all you heard was, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Man, I look out the window. They done scratched this fool out, GPD. They done scratched this nigga out on the floor. So, man, I go grab, that little dang on little ball that I had. I grabbed a weed. I think I had 4 or 5 little X pills. I grabbed all of that and balled it up in one of them paper towels. Balled it up real tight and went to go flush the toilet. And as the toilet flushing, yeah, it was nasty because it's a hotel room, bathroom. But I balled my hand up real tight. And as the toilet was flushing, I put my hand in the toilet and opened it up so I can let it You know, you know how the toilet flush. I let it flush right out of my hand. I sit there for a few more seconds, let the toilet build up a little bit, flush that mug again. Now I done got rid of everything. After I done got caught with a gun, for the little robbery that I had did, telling y'all in a prior story when I was 18, I tried not to even keep no gun because, now I got a gun charge. I wasn't no felon. I just had a gun charge and the aggravated robbery and stuff like that. I wasn't no felon then. I didn't catch my first felons until, prior, like a little bit on ways from this story right here. So police coming, they banging on my door. Doom, 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 doom. Greensboro Police Department. Greensboro Police Department. I let them in and I stood back and I got my hands up. They got the flashlight. They got the bright little flashlights all in my face. They telling me, get down, get down, get down, get down. I jump straight on the floor, get down. Put your arms out. I stretch my arms out. Cross your legs and lift your legs up. Cross my legs, lift my legs up. They go and they detain me. They sit me back up. They push me up on the bed. They searching. They was like, do you know this guy that just came out of your room? I'm like, nah. They was like, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you know this guy that just came out this room? Because if we ask him and he say yes, you're going to jail too. For harboring a fugitive. So I'm like, nah. So the officer that's asking me, dickhead, which it was two officers in Greensboro that was known. They worked tasks and they do hop out. They was Salt and Pepper. It was a black dude and a white dude. Of course, Pepper was for the black dude, Salt was for the white dude. Salt and Pepper. I ain't gonna say their real names because I don't know if they still police officers or not. And I don't want to be sued for using their name because, I know eventually, if not already, the police gonna watch this. I ain't no damn idiot, but I don't do nothing no more. You come, hey, fuck you. But, so it's two officers that's known in Greensboro as Salt and Pepper. But this is my introduction into Salt and Pepper, the narcotics officers. So, Salt, that's the one that's asking me, do I know him? Yada yada. If I'm lying, I'm going to jail too, harboring a fugitive. So Salt go outside, and I guess he asked my cousin, did he know me and all of that? Cuz dumbass, of course, he's gonna tell him, yeah, that's my cousin, that we cousins. So he come back in and he was like, go ahead and book him, put him in the car. And I'm like, for what? And he like, I told you if you was lying that you was going to jail too for harboring a fugitive. I'm like, bro, look, I ain't got nothing to do with what he got going on. And I'm not finna tell you, yeah, that I know him if he done already told you no. I don't know what he told you. I'm going to tell you no. So he like, oh, you want to be a smart ass. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm just not going to tell you nothing that I don't have to tell you. Obviously, if you seen him leaving out my room, we know each other. I ain't going to let no stranger in my room. I'm not, I'm not going to say that word. I'm not slow. He like, oh, you want to be a smart ass, huh? Too smart for your own good. He was like, go ahead and book him, put him in the car. Whole time he trying to scare me up or whatnot. But they do go put me down, put me in the car. They upstairs tearing the damn room up, trying to see if they find anything, any more guns, whatever. Because like I said, he had a gun on him. And of course they found the gun because he didn't make it a minute out the room before they ran down on him, scratched him out. So the police officer come to the back door, car, opened the car door up, and he was like, today your lucky day. And I was like, why? He was like, well, we're not going to take you downtown because I don't want to do the extra paperwork. And we ain't find anything in your room, so I guess you safe today. I'm like, what was y'all thinking y'all was gonna find? He was like, well, being that your buddy just got caught with a gun, figured that you would have a gun too. Birds of a feather flock together. I'm like, nah, I don't need to have no gun. I ain't beefing with nobody out here. Ain't nobody trying to kill me, and I ain't trying to kill nobody. Oh, my bad. I'm not trying to unalive nobody, and nobody's trying to unalive me. I got to get better with that, but, I'm telling my story. But anyway, ain't nobody trying to unalive me, and I ain't trying to unalive nobody. It was like, well, all right. It was like, well, look, you do know that this is a drug-infested area, right? What are you doing over here? I'm like, man, I just got a room because, my mom kicked me out and my aunt got a room in her name for me. I'm throwed off because the police right there, so I'm really trying to come up with this shit on the top of my mind. Not realizing that Clyde is the one that got the room in his name for me, and not thinking that they was going to go up to the office after I told him, my name, gave him my ID and stuff like that. I'm 19. You had to be 21 to rent a room back then. I don't know the age limit now. They might have done changed this or whatnot, but 21, you had to be 21 to rent with an ID to rent a room. So they goes to the office, asked them, well, for one, they was in there looking at the footage to see if any traffic or anything going on, which the camera footage there, I heard they reuse the tape, so every 24 to 48 hours, they start reusing the film to where, you only gonna get maybe a day or day and a half, 2 days of footage. The police come back to me and was like, well, they're telling me that you gotta leave the room tomorrow anyway, but you're not supposed to be in there because you're not Clyde such and such. They said his name. You're Christopher Lee. I say my name. I don't care. I'm stuck. I don't really know what to do because, bro, I'm choked up. Don't nobody like talking to the police, especially when you doing no good. And, they ain't catch nothing on me, but word of mouth, you could actually go to jail for that. All they got to do is say that you selling drugs, and you definitely can go to jail. And if you get a public defender, you're going to end up doing probation, or you're going to go to jail. You get a paid lawyer, they're going to throw that out because word of mouth, you can beat that if you got a paid lawyer that know how to talk that talk, but you could definitely get charged for it in conspiracy of word of mouth. And, state pick it up, go from there, yada, yada. Trust me, I know I've been down through all of this. Which, if you want to hear the rest of this story, you got to give me a like, subscribe, and a comment. And the only reason why I try to keep them short is because, for one, it take mad long to upload. If you uploading, 30 to 45 to an hour long videos, and then too, me just watching my favorite YouTube channels and seeing like the format of how people drop their videos, I noticed that once you don't reach a long period of time of watching one video, you do kind of lose interest, or you might start doing something else, get caught up in the moment, and really not want to double back on that video because you don't either lost the momentum or lost interest, or I probably don't uploaded something else, or you watching other stuff. So I try to keep them short so it'll keep your attention span to where, as long as I do 2-3 videos a day, daily, it to build the momentum up to where to keep your interest. So, just part of marketing and business, it's a strategy. But you want to hear more of these videos, give me a like, subscribe, comment you want to hear more, and I'll be back with another video.